I was just clearing my last spread that I did here, and as I was clearing the spread, I kept hearing this specific lyrics in my head. The song's called Waco, Texas. Anyway, the lyrics were, "So I waited and I cried till it killed me 'cause you're right. I can wait if I want, but it will never be good enough like I want to believe it is." So this message that I was receiving is that if you are somebody who is waiting for something to change, waiting for a person to change, waiting for a situation to change, it is very important at this time that you decide to walk away. And as I was shuffling, the High Priestess card was on the bottom and it jumped out at me. High Priestess is a call to trust your intuition, as well as a secret being hidden. This card doesn't have it, but in the traditional tarot, or at least my other tarot deck, it has a curtain, and the curtain represents secrets that are hidden from our view that we can use our intuition to bypass, right? We can use our intuition to bypass what is being hidden from us and expose truth. The High Priestess exposes truth. She sees all, she knows all. You can see she has a book here in her hand. She's highly knowledgeable, right? So if you're feeling an intuitive sense that something is off right now in your life, that maybe somebody is keeping a secret, it would be a sign to trust your intuition when a situation feels off or when you feel that it's time to move on from something. Actually, I had a friend recently. And she said she's very chill. Like, she's never somebody who instigates things, but when she knows, she knows. When she knows something's up, she knows. And she was talking to me about this the other day. She actually just recently broke up with her boyfriend. And she said, "I just knew something was wrong. I just knew." And she was right. My girl was right. They are still friends though, but like, I feel like that's resonant. Not maybe like it. I don't like, I'm not gonna tell you to break up with your boyfriend, right? But that's the energy, right? Of just like knowing something is up, knowing something is wrong, and taking that trust not only in spirit but also within yourself. Wait, I gotta cover that, right? This is a completion of a cycle, a test for some. We have two major arcana cards here, as well as the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom, another major arcana. This decision that you're going to make is going to be catapulting you into a new cycle here. We have two very cyclical cards, the Wheel of Fortune and the World. The World represents a major cycle being completed here. And again, this pile doesn't even have to be about relationships. It can also be about it has to be about leaving something behind. And this has to be something that has already been on your mind for a time. And this is simply confirmation coming forth from spirit here that your intuition is correct and that your intuition is right. And it's a major cycle breaker here with the World and the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is a very cyclical card. It's literally a circle. And it's about moving on from something, like paired with these other cards. When I kind of think of it as, it's like, you know, you spin the Wheel of Fortune and whatever it lands on, sometimes it's not so good, sometimes it is, you know, better. But with the World here it's like completing a cycle of stuckness in order to move on to something that's going to bring more variety into your life. Especially with the Hierophant here on the bottom. Again, another major arcana. So this is a major change for somebody that's been going through some major life events recently. It has come out stronger on the other side. Hierophant here, though, is structure, rules, sometimes religion as well, but also an impeding force on the freeness, the looseness of one's life. So there might be somebody or something that is acting as an authority figure in your life that it might be time to release here. Especially with the High Priestess here, it's almost kind of similar to the Hierophant in the sense that, like, they're both sort of like, you know, like a priestess, Hierophant, kind of like religious figures here. It's almost like being your own spiritual mentor here, being your own guidance. Six of Wands, I actually just split to the Six of Wands, and it ended up on the bottom of the deck, so, you know. Six of Wands is important recognition in the eyes of society. There might be something that you're planning on doing that involves speaking out being in the public eye, and it's going to be highly received if so. But it can also represent a victory. And I think, you know, with this high priestess energy, with this highly intuitive cycle breaking energy, whatever it is that you are doing might result in a public victory, whether that be between you, family, or friends, or on a more grand scale, like social media. You know, the Six of Wands is always like star energy to me. It's a man parading through a town, right? And he's like, he's won. I know, I won. I like winning. The Six of Wands, he's on it like a victory parade through the town, right? So think of that energy, hold that energy within you. Cutting the deck. What's on the bottom? Bring love into the situation. This is very interesting. I feel like with this call, it's new moon in Aquarius, which I love Aquariuses so much, fellow air sign. But with Aquarius energy is very like non-traditional. So there might be something that maybe if you feel like intuitively you should deviate from the norm in some way. Bring a love for self into the situation, a love for yourself in the sense that if you want to do something different, you should make the choice that is best for you. And then we have full moon in Cancer, which is a personal issue reaches resolution. So what I'm receiving with that is because of the new moon and the full moon, as new moons are released, so as we release any self-binding thoughts, we are going to enter into a full moon like climax of sorts here, with a personal issue reaching a resolution. So the new moon is kind of the energy that we have to tap into. It says, thinking outside of the box will bring a solution. Aquarius is the sign of invention, modern advances in technology, and humanity. Its energy is a little brittle, it's individual, scientific even, and relatively emotionally detached. Many people think Aquarius is a water sign because of the Aquarius symbol being the water bearer, but it's actually an air sign and is far more about intellect than the emotional water signs. As is this card. No matter when you draw it, dropping convention works well with this energy. Yeah, so that's kind of that release here, right? Like step outside of the box, stop putting yourself into other people's molds. And because of that, when we release ourselves from that energy, we are bringing love into the situation, love for the self and love for growing the collective, right? And then full moon in Cancer, personal issue reaches resolution here. With this card, there's a sense that all is as it should be, or don't worry, all will soon be well. So that's interesting. I think that's, again, like I said, that climax where we step into that energy at the peak of the release of that other energy. So I'm going to leave that one there. Kind of a shorter reading, but I feel like all that needs to be said has been said. And if you resonate as being a part of my collective and you would like to see more messages from me, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And I'll see you in the next message. Goodbye for now.